Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Mike Nylander, and you have just found your way to another episode of Handbag Mike, a channel devoted not just to one, but to two different things that I like: handbags and talking. So hit that like button and be sure to subscribe as I take a look at the latest handbags from various designers such as Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Michael Kors, Dooney & Bourke, and more. I will give you my opinion as to what's hot and what's not. Each new episode will center around a different bag, and each bag will be thoroughly and wittingly reviewed by yours truly using a list of various categories and a 5-star rating system. So, this review comes from one that was a choice given to me by my husband. He is a longtime lover of Louis Vuitton, more so than I am, and he kept telling me that I needed to get a Louis on this channel pronto, as quickly as possible. So, while I was finishing up work on the previous review, he sent me a link to this bag and told me that it was one that I needed to review next for this channel. And so, in an effort to give him what he wants, because this channel was entirely his idea for me, I have decided to review the bag he sent for this, my 4th review. In order to give you a complete review of each bag that is going to be listed on this channel, a list of categories has been created which will highlight the different important key elements of what I am looking for in each bag. These categories are going to be the same for each bag that I look at, and they will be graded based off of a 5-star rating system. Also, at the end of each video, we're gonna go back and look once again briefly over how each bag did, and I'm going to share my thoughts as to whether or not I think the bag is fab or drab. Now then, these categories are as follows: style, price and value, versatility, practicality, and timelessness. Now then, I'm going to start by introducing you all to the bag that we're going to be looking at in today's review. It is the Louis Vuitton Petit Palais bag. And when it comes to Louis Vuitton, there is a rather broad range, I will admit. Some of their bags are actually quite timeless and will always be winners. And some of them, sadly, not so much. Some of them are very wild bags, and coming from me, that is saying a lot. But, the bags produced by Louis Vuitton sometimes leave me scratching my head and wondering what the company was thinking. And some of them, on the other hand, are complete winners. So, how do I feel about this particular bag? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go to the reviews and take a look. The first category that we are going to be looking at in our review today is the category of style. Now then, anyone who watched my first video, or likely videos that will come in the future of this channel, is going to know that I'm not the type of person who is impressed, by and large, with bags that play it safe. And I'm also not a person who would consider himself all that sophisticated when it comes to my own bag choices. The reason why is because I personally tend to like bags that are a little bit crazy and zany and, just fun over those that are classy and traditional. It's just me. However, with that said, even I am going to admit that I am in complete awe of this bag. I have given the Louis Vuitton Petit Palais a 4.5-star rating because it is one that is sophisticated and completely beautiful. It has a larger rendition of the standard LV print that we have all come to know, love, and recognize as the company logo, with the giant LV initials being found in the center of the well-known blossoms. This bag also has folded-in sides, which add to the sleekness of the design. And with the monogram style, this bag is one that is instantly recognizable, and it will leave the owner being seriously envied. Furthermore, this bag has one of the Louis Vuitton padlocks, as well as a Louis Vuitton address door hanging from the front handle. Lastly, this bag comes in a few different color options, so you can have your choice. That comes in tourterelle and beige, which is my personal favorite, as well as black and beige and solid black. When it comes to style, this is a bag that definitely delivers. And I'm here to say that it may very well be the bag that converts me, at least in part, to desiring more sophisticated bags, as well as my typical wild and zany ones. The second category that we are going to be reviewing in today's list is the category of price and style. And when it comes to price and style, I had to give a 3.5-star rating to this bag. First, let us look at the price of the bag. Now, I will say that it was a little bit of a hassle to get this price, because on the American version of the Louis Vuitton website, we are asked to call for an inquiry into the price of this bag. So I had to use my VPN to look into another country's version of this website, and then I had to convert the cost that was found, and I was able to find out by doing so that this bag costs approximately $2,708.28 plus tax. Now, once again, I would like for you to please keep in mind that with the translation of the currency that I worked, this price may be slightly off, but I do believe that it's in the ballpark. I will start by saying that I feel when it comes to Louis Vuitton, or, any designer really, you are spending a rather large percent of the cost, not necessarily on the item itself, but rather on the brand associated with that item. I mean, duh, right? We all know this, Mike. It's not a real shocker. Nobody is questioning this. I will also say that I do believe Louis Vuitton has many of their bags, particularly those in coated canvas, that I personally would say are a little bit overpriced considering the material that is used. And were this just a coated canvas bag, then the rating would have been something that I feel might have been considerably lower. However, that is something that I will have to worry about when doing a future review of Louis Vuitton, because this bag is not coated canvas. Instead, the exterior of this bag is made from an embossed leather, so instantly we have a material that is already allowing for an elevated price and a material that makes it a little bit easier for me to justify the price point. Because leather is always, and I do mean always, going to trump coated canvas. But the quality does not stop there. We also have a microfiber lining in the bag, which is very nice, very heavy, and, super soft to the touch. It is a good lining that is going to stay in great shape should you take care of it. And finally, this bag has golden hardware to it, such as the padlock, the strap connectors, and the hooks that connect the longer strap to the bag. With the finishing touches of the padlock and the address door, this bag does not sacrifice quality at all. It is a luxurious bag that is a little easier to justify the price point to because of the materials that are used. And it is for this reason that this section got a 3.5-star rating. So our third category that we are going to be looking at in today's grading is the category of versatility. And by versatility, we mean, can the bag easily transition from casual to formal, from day to night? When it comes to this category, I gave the rating of 5 stars. All I've got to say to that is, there we are, our first 5-star rating on this channel, and honestly, it only makes sense that it should go to this bag, because, let's not lie. This bag is abso-friggin-lutely fabulous. So, let's see exactly why it got this rating. Quite honestly, it seems pretty obvious as to the high rating here, because this is a bag that could easily and, rather seamlessly transition to just about any time that you would want to use it. Being a Louis Vuitton, it will easily go into any formal affair, which is something that is very nice. But the style is one that will also look good in a casual setting as well. And it will transition from day to night use. Quite honestly, you're just going to want to use this bag all the time. I do believe that the versatility of this bag, in part, lies in the simplicity of it. And, being a Louis Vuitton, as I just said, it is a bag that you are going to actually want to use, day or night, casual setting or formal setting. It is one that you are going to want to show because it is a bag that is beautiful and it is a showstopper. So, the fourth category that we are going to be reviewing in today's review is the category of practicality. And when it comes to practicality, we are looking at the size, the shape, and the space of this bag. So, when it comes to practicality, I gave a rating of 4 stars. However, I will say that when it came to the practicality of this bag, I did have some trouble with the rating. I spent some time questioning on if I should give it a 3.5 or a 4 or even a 4.5-star rating. To be quite honest, I spent a rather long amount of time with this little conundrum before finally and safely deciding that I could comfortably give it a 4-star rating, but really no higher. I had decided that if I gave it a 4.5-star rating, it would be considered too generous, but if I gave it a 3.5-star rating, that seemed a little bit, honestly, brutal and unfair. So, 4 stars. There you have it. Now, let's take a look at why I gave this rating. This bag measures approximately 11.4 inches in length, 7 inches high, and 5 inches wide. Now, I am one that typically enjoys larger bags myself, but, this bag is an exception. I will say that this bag may not be all that big, but it is a bag that does offer what I believe to be actually ample room for you to store the stuff that you may need throughout your day. Also, and funny enough, I kind of think that this bag has made me fall under the Louis Vuitton spell here. And I am magically unable to find absolutely anything wrong with it. This bag has 3 compartments to it, with the main compartment having a zipper to keep all of your items safe and sound. Furthermore, we will talk about the way this bag is shaped, which is ultimately a triangle with the tip cut off. And I do believe that this will allow for you to easily locate and pull items out of the bag. You know, especially if you're like me and you have larger hands, then it makes it super easy. The bag has 2 connected handles to it, which you could use to hold the bag in your hand. However, it also has a detachable strap to it, which I really like. And this detachable strap has a maximum measurement of 21 inches. So, you know, once again, this bag may not fall into the larger bag category that I typically like, but I do feel that it is practical enough for you to actually safely and comfortably use to store everything that you may need throughout the day. So here we are now at the 5th category that we are going to be reviewing, the category of timelessness. And when it comes to this category, I gave the rating of 5 stars. Though, to be quite honest, there is no shocker there, really. I mean, is there? Now, yes, I am being completely fair here. Unbiased, or, you know, as much as I can be. And I will say, quite honestly, that this bag fully deserves this rating. In fact, if I could go even higher than a 5-star rating, I could. But, you know, I said 5-star rating, so 5's pretty much as high as you can get there, bag. I will say that this bag is the absolute embodiment of a timeless bag. It will never go out of style. It will always be on point. It is always going to look elegant, and it is always going to be fashionable. Thanks to the rather eternal shape of it, as well as the eternal style of it, it is a bag that is always going to have a place with anything that you would wear. Well then, we have now made our way through each of the 5 categories. This bag has been rated, and now it is time for me to give my personal feelings and final thoughts when it comes to the Louis Vuitton Petit Palais bag. Now, it may be true that Louis Vuitton has put out a few bags over the years that have failed to impress me. And they have put out some bags that seriously make me wonder what the company was actually thinking when they did so. However, you'll also get gems like this bag, a bag that is so effortlessly elegant and so, well, perfect that it makes you seriously remember why you like this company to start with. I know in the last review I gave, I said that I'm not a typically sophisticated person when it comes to the bag choices that I make. And, you know, while this may very well be true, I can say that I would be more than willing to try to change this about myself if I were given the shot to do so with this bag. Because this particular bag, well, it really is something very special. And with this said, we have now reached the end of another review. I hope you all had fun looking at the Louis Vuitton Petit Palais with me. If so, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and be sure to stay tuned because we are going to have another review coming at you soon. Until next time, I'm Handbag Mike, saying later.